beautiful Leos, my Lilies, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or North Node. Send you guys so much love and nothing but love. So happy to have you here, boo-boos. Now, my Lilies, we're going to get into a general reading of inner child healing and shadow work. I know it's different, but why am I doing it? Well, we just had a Cancer full moon on Monday, and it was all about inner child healing. Now, this energy of the moon is very intensified. It's calling for us to put the past to rest, but also to be observant of still some wounds that we're holding from childhood. Now, the reason why shadow work and inner child healing is needed because what we have grown up to believe is ruling our conscious way of being, and we're not even conscious of it most of the time, of why we think and why we are the way that we are. So doing shadow work and doing inner child healing work brings you the awareness of learning how to reparent yourself, to give yourself the love that you need, but also not to judge yourself when you're learning to unravel and unlearn who you thought you were to remember who you really are. Boo boo. So, disclaimer, trigger warning. If you get triggered by anything I say, I'm doing my job. And when you do get triggered, I'm gonna be real with you, boo boos. I don't sugarcoat shit. I don't even like frosting. I'm dead ass. I don't like frosting. Yo, dog, I do not like frosting on anything. But I like to keep it real. I like to keep it fresh. I like to keep it true because I'm a Cappy. That's how I is. And I'm a Leo moon. So this reading is definitely for me. So if you get triggered, that is the inner work that you need to do. That is the shadow work and the inner child healing work. And guess what, you guys? Your triggers are where you need the most healing. But this is how you grow. This is how you learn. This is how you learn to love yourself fully without judging the part of ourselves that we were taught to neglect. So, now, since it's going to be generating my beautiful Lilies, it may or may not resonate. If it does resonate, please check out your other signs and check back next time. But if it does resonate and you enjoy spending your time with me here today, boo-boo, I greatly appreciate if you hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and hit that notification button. I truly appreciate your support and trusting me on your journey. And if you enjoy this type of reading, please let me know your feedback in the comment section below. I really would love to know what you think of this, and I'll do more readings like this consistently. Now, if you want to book your own personal reading or healing session, all of my business inquiries and information is down in the description box below, boo-boo. So, my Lilies, let's get into this shit, because damn, this shit got deep when I was pulling these cards. So, we're going to see what your inner child wants to let you know, any codependencies that you're having, the shadows that you need to heal, and what your higher self wants to let you know. And this pile is going to be about, what you define your purpose, your career, your passions, whatever you feel like you're meant to be doing in this world. Then we're going to get into abundance and finances. And then the last pile is all about love. So, and then we're going to close it out to see if we need any clarifications from tarot. Close it out with the upliftment oracle card and a moon magic card to let you know what this full moon and Cancer's energy is holding for you. So, I love these cards. I'm in love with them. All right, let's get into it. So, Leos. So, when it comes to career and purpose, what your inner child wants to let you know, in the past, you felt like you weren't enough. You didn't understand why you moved locations frequently. So, and what your inner child wants to let you know, that was the past. Now you understand that you are more than enough and you are truly gifted and unique. Now you are creating a stable living environment for yourself that is predictable, I mean. Okay. So I feel that a lot of you Leos are right now trying to discover exactly who you are as a person. And I feel you're in a place where you feel stagnancy, you feel stuck, because you feel like, Leo, since you have a big heart, you're always showing up for other people and loving other people, but you're starting to recognize how you have been, I don't want to say codependent, but you abandon yourself. Let's just be honest. You abandon for yourself for others because you feel like you don't have a sense of frame, like your own lifestyle, your own thing you're intertwined with. So I feel like a lot of you Leos are trying to discover at this particular moment, what parts of myself have I forgotten that makes me more joyful, that makes me more enthusiastic. Because I feel like a lot of you Leos are starting to discover that you've been putting so much energy into things for so many years that you realize you're not where you are in life, and you do not like it. You do not like it. But you're starting to recognize that you're holding these beliefs that you don't feel like you're good enough. That's why you feel like you don't have any confidence in yourself. I'm getting this energy where a lot of you Leos are meant to work for yourself. You're meant to do creative endeavors. You know, you're really good with your hands, you're really good at creating something. You have a knack, a talent. But I feel that a lot of you Leos don't feel like you're good enough to display this gift, to display your uniqueness. And this is why your inner child wants to let you know you're feeling this way because you feel like, I feel like a lot of you Leos grew up always having to tiptoe around. And when you're an empath, I feel like a lot of Leos who are watching are empaths. When you're an empath, when you grow up in a household where you have dictative parents, or you have parents who are emotionally unattentive, you know, you'll grow up with the mentality like something is wrong with you. So you have to adjust yourself to get the attention that you need. And I feel like a lot of you Leos, you still do that to adulthood. You try to fit in, you try to get along with everyone, you try to seek some sort of validation within some circle or within people. But it's like you guys are going through a state of transitioning to learning how to heal that part of yourself that thinks you need to be seen by others, when really you need to be seen by you and see what is within you that makes you you. And with this moving frequently, I do feel like a lot of you Leos are starting to recognize that maybe you grew up with struggles. You grew up with struggles. And because you grew up with struggles, you're starting to recognize, your thought patterns of how you see money, how you see stability. And I feel like a lot of you Leos are starting to recognize that stability has nothing to do with money. Stability has everything to do with, how you see yourself, your self-image, your belief. And I feel the reason why this has to do with career or passion is because your self-image affects your capability to create stability for yourself. So I feel like a lot of you Leos are recognizing that and starting to dive into, what do I really want to delve into? What do I really want to do as a passion? What brings excitement to me? And how am I going to make that an everyday joyful thing for myself? Even if it is for a career or for working for someone else, you're trying to find a good environment, a good place that's really going to express who you are to the point that, I don't want to say that you feel safe, but you feel secure. You feel secure. So yeah, a lot of you Leos, you got some gifts, you got some talents, you're not working on them, boo. That's where your inner child wants to let you know, why do you feel like you are not good enough to be you? What is it inside your heart that's making you question that there's nothing unique about you? Oh, that's deep. All right, but the codependency that you're holding on to regarding this is, why are you making such poor decisions when you clearly know the consequences? That's the energy I'm getting. I feel that the codependency that you're holding on to that keeps this alive is thinking that you need people around you, is thinking that you need to be around other people. And I get it, Leos, you're social, boo-boo. I get that. But you have a tendency, like I said, to abandon yourself and always choose other, to the point that it always ends up one-sided. So I feel that when it comes to career, Leo, speak up for yourself. Speak up for yourself towards a boss. Take initiative, gain more discipline if you want to create a business, and have better time management. Be observant of what your intuition is telling you, because I feel like you're holding on to the state of procrastination. And procrastination only stems from sabotaging your own success and your own confidence and your own capabilities. So I feel like, anytime you feel like you want to do something, but all of a sudden like a resistance comes up, you got to question that. You got to question that resistance and that trigger, because that is leading you to what needs to be let go of, that's holding you back from creating a lifestyle that you desire to live. Now let's get into this. Now, when it comes to finances and career, you have past, you witness anger and rage. Now you can regulate your emotions and openly communicate your thoughts and feelings. I feel like a lot of you Leos grew up in households where money was always an issue. I'm not going to lie, I get this energy with the masculine energy, the father or whoever held the masculine energy the most, worried about money so fucking much to the point that they were stingy. And to the point they'll even fight and argue over it. So I feel like a lot of you Leos are starting to witness when it comes to abundance that, you know, you're starting to see your perspectives you hold about money, how you spend, how you receive it, how you give it, what do you believe about it. And I feel that's like a lot of you Leos get angry when you are not given what you feel you are deserving of. And I feel that causes you to resent, your own capabilities, your own abilities to create abundance for yourself. Now, understand, you guys, I want you to understand. Money, abundance, finances is all energy. Energy lies within your emotions, within your actions, within your words, within your thoughts. I started to learn when I held on to anger, it showed me how much I try to control things. And I started to realize, if I do one thing, how I do one thing is how I do everything. So if I get angry that things aren't working in my favor and I see it, I have this sense of trying to control everything. How am I controlling my manifestations? How am I controlling my money? How am I controlling my relationships? So, your inner child wants you to be aware of the anger that you hold towards abundance, towards your beliefs about money, and really witness what are these emotions trying to help you communicate to yourself. Because I feel like it's trying to teach you about your money beliefs. Because I feel like a lot of emotional mental blockages when it comes to abundance. Now, the other thing your inner child wants to let you know about abundance and finances is past you felt parentified and in the caretaker role. Now you are able to experience moments of fun, play, joy, laughter, and silliness. Yeah, I get that feeling where a lot of you Leos, you grew up with parents who really weren't emotionally mature to have kids. They were always cooped up into their own shit and only worried about their money and their individualism. But I feel that a lot of you Leos are starting to realize that you had to take on such responsible roles at a young age that caused you to believe that you couldn't make mistakes, and this is why you try to work with everyone, because you try to keep the peace, but there's really no peace within inside of you. So I feel like you're starting to recognize that your inner child felt a sense of scarcity when you were younger, and you felt like you had to take care of everyone and you couldn't take care of yourself, and you felt like you felt like you weren't good enough for your own abundance when it's your divine right. That's why you have your own path, Leos. But I feel like a lot of you guys are witnessing, how to reparent yourself by loving the fact that you don't have to take care of anyone anymore. What you can do is learn how to find your own joy, learn how to play again, learn how to laugh again. I feel like a lot of you Leos are really unraveling how much you have forgotten yourself. I just feel that strongly. Now, this is crazy. 3 cards of codependency are all questions. So Leos, you need to do some deep diving and ask yourself some real deep questions. This is the whole point of healing. This is the whole point of discovering self. You gotta ask yourself questions, because if you don't ask, you'll never receive. And if you never ask, you never learn. So the codependency towards abundance and finances is, the situation has only gotten worse. Why do you continue to stay? I feel like a lot of you Leos become too reliant on other people to take care of you. Now, on the other hand, some of you Leos are so stressed out that you think you have to do it on your own. I feel this codependency is you holding on to thinking that you can't be independent. Oh yeah, that hit home. And I feel like when it comes to abundance and finances, this question is coming up because it wants you to recognize the codependency you have towards being dependent or doubting yourself. So I feel like what it means by why do you continue to stay? Why do you continue to stay in this mindset? Why do you continue to be a victim towards your circumstances, but you desire abundance? You can't have abundance if you're a victim to your circumstance. So you need to question what makes you a victim of your circumstances. What makes you feel ashamed? What makes you feel guilty? What makes you feel like you're not good enough to receive why the universe created you to receive what the universe has for you? Damn, Spirit. Channeling. Remember, guys, emotions literally are the catalyst to our manifestations. So, for example, Leos, for me, I used to go to the store. I started working on my money beliefs quite recently. I remember I had this tendency where, you know, when I had like $25 in my account, I knew how to get gas, but I knew I needed some food too. So, you know, I'll get the money I need for gas, but then I'll worry about spending the rest of what I have because I felt such lack. I'm just like, oh, this is all I have left. I won't have any more. And think about this. When you're holding on to those thoughts, you're creating emotions about it. When you create emotions about it, your body maneuvers towards that frequency of your emotions and thoughts. So I started to go to the store and get worried every time I will pay. And then I started to realize that that frequency was rippling out to the universe to create more worry in my life. But now I started to recognize, I have this money, that's abundant. And when I go to pay for it, I feel good. Like, I start to appreciate things. I start to recognize that, you know, abundance is not just in money. It's in what you have, what you give, what you receive, what's around you, everything. So since doing that, you know, I started to recognize that abundance is really starting to flourish in my life. And not just through money, but through opportunities, through new people, new places, adventures, you know. And it's all because you want to identify what is keeping you in this repetitive pattern of instability, of stress, of frustration. And not recognizing that your happiness and your joy is your abundance. Say it how it is, Spirit. Say it how it is. All right, let's get into love. Past, you felt bullied and scared. Now you are able to stand up for yourself and create safe boundaries. What am I saying? Didn't I say it on the fucking beginning, Leos? That you're always there for other people, but you abandon your goddamn self because you think you gotta keep the peace. But boo, it's not your responsibility to make people happy. It's your responsibility to be your light, your love, shine bright, outshine motherfuckers. Not a purpose, but you being you, Leos. Just you being you. And I felt like a lot of you Leos grew up and you got bullied for that shit. You got bullied for being you. You got bullied for shining bright. You got bullied just for being cool, man, because you're cool as you are. I'm a Leo moon, so I got bullied a lot as a kid. I really did, but, you know, I feel Leos, like, I not only got bullied by friends or, like, at school, I got bullied from my parents, from my family, from my everyone I ever knew bullied me. But Leos, I feel like your inner child wants to let you know that you don't need to be scared when it comes to love. Because I feel like a lot of you Leos felt so much shame towards yourself because you got hurt so much that you thought something was wrong with you, and that caused you to believe that you deserve less. And when you think you deserve less, you receive shit because you think you deserve it. But really, Leos, you don't deserve it. You're holding on to this scarcity of thinking that you don't deserve people to respect you, and it's all because internally you think you're not worthy of someone's love, but your inner child is letting you know you are deserving of love once you start seeing how lovable you are. Once you start standing up and honoring what you have to offer within your heart. Say it how it is, Spirit. Say it how it is. And I feel like a lot of you Leos were always there for other people, but people barely showed up for you. I feel that hardcore. But I feel like a lot of you Leos are starting to recognize your Empress energy, your king and your queen energy is what I mean. Whew. But you're starting to recognize how the betrayal, the heartache, was all preparing you to honor your worth. Say how it is. All right, now let's see this codependency towards love. You ready, Leo? So what you're still holding on to as a codependency that's preventing love from coming in is, why do you feel the need to be needed by others? I mean, let's take a sip. Why do you feel the need to be needed by others, Leo? That's the real question. Leos, I feel that you have such a healing aura that you attract people who aren't emotionally mature, who aren't mentally mature, who really aren't at your level of diving deep within self. And because of this, you feel like you have to fix people. But I feel like you fix people from a state of thinking, once I fix them, I will get the love that I deserve from them. But Leos, you got to understand and ask yourself, what makes you believe that other people need you? Real question is, Leo, what makes you think it's your duty to take care of people who don't want to take care of themselves? What is it about you that you think that you can't rely on you? Last question, Leos. Another last question. What makes you think there is something wrong with just choosing you? Oh, when I said again, what makes you think there is something wrong with just choosing you? Just choosing you. Not needing to help no one. Not feeling like you're needed by anyone. What makes you not choose you? That's the real question. All right. Let's get into these shadows. So the shadows that are coming up when it comes to, your purpose or your career, your work, your passions, you got manipulative. Let go of wanting to exert power over someone or a situation. Do you need to work on your self-esteem? Inconsiderate. Act with compassion and kindness. Be thoughtful and polite. It just feels better on the inside. Ooh, us Leos, our shadow. Ooh, do we want to put motherfuckers in their place? And then last one, fearful. A learned behavior that can be unlearned. Also a low vibrating feeling that creates limitations for you and your future happiness. I mean, can we get some facts on that? So, Leos, let's be real. We like to control because we feel like we know what's best. Because our heart governs us. Love governs us. But people don't understand love, because we all have our own perspective of love. But Leos, I feel like you have the tendency to want to control because maybe you grew up in a household where a lot of things, were traumatizing, and you want to prevent that from happening again. But here's the thing, Leos. When you grow up and you start to recognize your self-defense mechanisms, those self-defense mechanisms meaning that, for example, like I said, you come from a household that a lot of things happen that were traumatizing, and you try to prevent that. So it's like you grow up with the mentality of trying to prevent the past from happening again by controlling everything. But here's the thing, you're still living in that trauma. So I feel like you don't know that you have the tendency to try to manipulate situations to work in your favor because you're fearful that things won't work out. But this is where the inconsiderate comes in. You have to recognize, Leos, that your way is not the only way or the best way. And you also have to recognize that it's not, let's be real, Leos, it's not just about you. I said it. It's not just about you, And you have to understand that trying to control everything, it really stems from a lack of self-esteem and self-worth. And this lack of self-confidence, because you trying to control everything is you saying that you don't have any trust. And if you don't have any trust, what happens when you don't have trust? Of course you're going to manipulate. Of course you're going to sabotage. Of course you're going to gaslight. Of course you're going to be sneaky and do all this tickery bullshit. Of course you're going to be inconsiderate, because you're fearful. Control stems from fear. But I feel the reason why this is showing up for career or for passions or whatever you want to consider your purpose here on this planet is because you're not fearful that things won't work out. What I'm getting, Leos, is that you're fearful of your power. You're fearful of putting all the focus on you, recognizing how wonderful and not wonderful, but you're recognizing how powerful you are. And this is all showing up because this fear of trying to control everything is preventing you from surrendering and trusting in the fact that there is a bigger and a better plan for you. All this is showing up because maybe the fear you have is the fear towards what you're divinely meant to be doing towards your purpose. And it's completely normal. That happens to everyone. So I feel that's the shadows you need to work on. The fear, the manipulation, the inconsiderate. And I'm not calling you out saying you're manipulative, Leos. What I'm saying is recognize your self-sabotaging mechanisms. Recognize your self-defense mechanisms. Are they healthy? Are they beneficial? Or are they false boundaries to try to get what you want? And here's another thing I'm going to share with y'all. This is like a golden nugget I learned. Being nice is a form of manipulation. I said it. Being nice is a form of manipulation. You know how? Because being nice means that you try to shape shift. Yep. You try to shape shift and what someone wants in order to get what you want. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, you're going to buy someone something so you get their validation. You get what I'm saying? So it's like an expectation type of thing. So, I say that for a reason. What your higher self wants to say about this is, how can I connect with nature today, even for a few minutes? And it says, I'm ready to level up. My next steps will be. So I feel your higher self is letting you know that when you get too caught up in life and you get too caught up in overthinking about the past and get down on yourself, nature is the best way to heal. And I'm being called to share with you, go by yourself, no phone, no one, go by yourself. I feel like this will really help you, because when you're by yourself, you can contemplate. And when you contemplate, you gain clarity. When you gain clarity, you know what steps to take next. You know what needs to change. You know what needs to go and what needs to be developed. So I feel like a lot of you Leos need to take this time for yourself and to understand the discord that you feel within you and allow Mother Gaia, allow Earth to assist you through this transition. Because when you go into nature, it actually helps it drags out the free radicals in your body that is causing these limitations, hence vitamin D. So, get that vitamin D, boo. And I'm ready to level up. Y'all Leos are ready to level up, whether it's career, whether it's like your business, whether it's your passions, whether it's if it's starting or going after it. You're ready. It's just a matter of, do you trust yourself enough to see the parts of yourself that are preventing your success and actually changing that? Because I feel like a lot of you Leos are striving for success, but maybe subconsciously from your childhood, you crave connection, but the reason why you procrastinate or self-sabotage your own success is because, your inner child believes that once you gain that success and that financial freedom and independence, you won't be around people. You don't want to be up within the world and connect. But that's when you got to do the inner work and to tell to your inner child, you don't even need to manipulate or sabotage. Just know I will give you what you need. But this is also what I desire. So it's like a co-parenting yourself. You get what I'm saying? So, all right. So let's get to abundance and finances. So the shadow that is preventing your abundance and finances as well, let's be honest, and I gotta agree with this because I'm only a moon, so I'm going through this myself. Insecurity. Please understand your worth, your value, your purpose here on earth. There is no need to feel small or compare yourself to others. I mean, can we get an amen? Weren't we saying that in the motherfucking beginning? Leos, a lot of you guys are delving into deeper concepts of life, meaning that you're delving into law of attraction, you're delving into learning the laws of the universe, you're delving into, what true abundance is all about. And I feel that a lot of you Leos are starting to recognize what's preventing you from having personal fulfillment when it comes to, finances or abundance is that you have insecurities towards expressing your uniqueness, expressing your truth, expressing your power, expressing your light. And so I feel that the shadow you need to work on is the insecurity towards yourself. And I feel the insecurity has to do with thinking that you're not good enough just to express you. So you have a tendency to compare to other people because you think there's something missing about you. But really, Leos, The only thing that's missing is you recognizing how different you are and honoring that. Shit. You know what's funny? I was walking the other day somewhere. I forgot where I was walking. But there was a lot of people around. And you know, since I'm becoming more self-aware, I started to recognize like, oh, are people staring at me? Oh, I started to recognize how other women are more pretty or dressing better. And I had to stop and really tell myself, do I really want to be like the crowd? Or do I want to have my own lane? And guess what, you guys? When I asked myself that question, I started to honor who I am, what I offer, what I bring. And guess fucking what, you guys? I stopped caring about people looking at me, and I started to feel my magnetism of how people are attracted towards me because I was in my own frame. I was in my own truth. I started to recognize my worth. So I feel the shadow you need to work on is what insecurities are you holding towards who you are as you are in this life, you know? Because I feel that will help you not overestimate people, but not underestimate yourself. So get in a neutral state where you're not doubting yourself, you're not judging yourself, you're not in your ego, but you're seeing, you know, what needs to be let go of that's preventing you from having confidence in creating a certain lifestyle that you desire. Now, what your higher self has to say about this is, I will eat something healthy at my next meal to feed my body what it needs, also for better health. All right, this sounds weird. What the fuck does this have to do with abundance? Everything. And guess what? It's funny because I started a fast yesterday, and did I start my fast yesterday? What is today's Wednesday? Yeah, I started my fast yesterday, and I started to recognize that food holds vibration. So if we're eating really dense food like burgers, fries, chips, fatty foods, you know, not good foods, it affects our vibration, but it also affects our emotions. So when we're sitting in low vibrational emotions like insecurity, rage, sadness, not feeling good enough, worthless, this is creating our self-image and our mindset, and it's affecting how we proceed in life. So I feel you're being asked to take care of your health because, like that saying, health is wealth. When you take care of your health, your vibration is starting to clear out and cleanse and purge. And when it does, it starts to raise. And when your vibration raises, you start to be a magnet towards the things that you're trying to call in. You get what I'm saying? So it's like your health has everything to do with receiving abundance. Everything. Because you are what you eat. You are what you eat. Just me, guys. I'm not saying I've been eating healthy after this holiday. I haven't been, but, you know, going on this fast is going to help me get rid of those free radicals. And what free radicals are, I would like to consider them residue that has come from emotional baggage, past baggage, mental baggages that are still within our system. And when we don't clean out our systems, when we don't take care of our vessel, guess what? All of that gunk, that energetic gunk, is still sitting within us. So you're being called to cleanse that out, to clean that out, to purge that out. And when you cleanse that out, guess what? You won't have certain thoughts anymore. You won't have certain emotions anymore. You won't even, just a lot of things get cleared out energetically that will help you, you know, create more happiness, create more joy in your life. You know, just body is very intriguing, but your higher self is calling you to take care of your health, and your health will take care of your wealth. All right. So last, what was it? The shadow that is preventing love. Oh, you got compulsive behaviors. Identify your internal feelings. What are you looking to control or feel for the moment? I'm not gonna lie, I do struggle with compulsive behaviors because I like to jump into cases. I like to, you know, let myself be known, be vulnerable, speak up right then and there. But Leos, what I feel prevents love from coming into your life is you're in love with the idea of love. But maybe your way of how you see love is not a healthy way of love. So I feel like a lot of you Leos give your love too quickly, or I'm going to be real, you probably have sex too quickly. And because of this, it causes you to attract people to take from you rather than appreciate you. And this shadow needs to be worked on, because your compulsive behavior says a lot about how much you lack boundaries for yourself, how you lack self-respect, but also the fact of compulsive behavior comes from rushing. When you try to rush things, Leo, you try to control it. When you try to control it, you end up becoming codependent on it. And when you start to become codependent on things, you rely on that very thing to be your happiness. So Leos, be mindful that what you're feeding into, what you're giving so quickly, what you think is best but you feel in your gut is not right, you need to question that. You need to question why you jump into relationships so quickly. You need to question why you jump into bed so quickly. You need to question, what emotions are causing me to be so compulsive and accepting what I don't deserve? Because here's the thing, Leos. The reason why we're so giving so quickly or codependent is because we have an abandonment wound. And the abandonment wound stems from maybe a parent being emotionally unavailable, or a parent leaving your life, you know? And I feel you need to recognize this abandonment wound, because this abandonment wound stems from, you trying to force things when they're probably not meant to be forced, and you need to identify the internal feeling or what makes you feel like you can't love you and you can't be with you. I'm getting this energy. A lot of Leos don't like to be alone. It's like you like to be alone, but when you start to get tired of it, it bothers you. I feel like you need to lean into that discomfort. Now, what your higher self has to say about this is, I will be more mindful of my thoughts. I know my thoughts become reality. Yes, boo-boo. Yes, and at the bottom, I can't hold in these emotions. I need to feel them. I'm sad, and crying is closer to healing. Yeah. So I feel like, Leos, when it comes to love, you're starting to recognize that love has nothing to do with another person. Love has everything to do with what is your perception of love. What is your definition of love? And I feel like you, Leos, are starting to recognize that all the perceptions you have of love that gave you your love language today was from your parents, and you're starting to realize how that is not healthy, how it was toxic. And you're starting to allow those emotions to come to the surface, because you know that they are ruling subconsciously how you are receiving love and actually what you are accepting. So I feel like a lot of you Leos are being very mindful of the type of thoughts you have, the type of emotions you have, because you're recognizing that these are what is attracting certain partners and certain dynamics with people that are not serving your highest good. I like this. All right. So let's close this out with the upliftment card. What do you want to learn, my beautiful Lilies, now regarding this reading? But I feel like overall your inner child really desires you to see it. Really desires you to see what makes you forgot your joy, Leo. What made you forget, that part of you that yearns for happiness. And to question the resistance towards your own happiness. Because that's what shadow work is. Seeing the triggers and seeing the resistance that prevents you from your truest personal fulfillments. That's really what it is. Alright, for my ladies, what do you let them know about this reading? What do you want to let my ladies know about this reading? Look at that, going forward. And you got nature. Get your ass, that vitamin D, and them greens. Boo boo, put them feet in them greens. Look at that, Leos. You got love. Leos, I think right now what you need to recognize is the pain that is within you that's coming to the surface of trying to help you see your own bullshit. Let's just be real, Because we all have a dark side and we all have a light side. We're made up of these ebbs and flows of life. We'll never escape from one of them. So I feel like, Leos, the love for yourself has to be more powerful than the pain that you've been through. And I feel like the more that you choose to heal, the more that you choose to be self-aware, the more you start to recognize all these parts of yourself that felt unloved, and learning how to give that love to yourself. And when you learn how to fill up your own cup and love yourself the way you want a soulmate to love you, the way you want your parents to love you, the way you want to be loved, you will gain more clarity on how to move forward in every area of your life. So, oh, I like that. All right. So let's see. For the beautiful full moon that just passed, what is the energy that you're holding for my beautiful Leos for this reading? What is the energy that you're holding that they need for their inner child healing and shadow work? Okay. All right. Oh, I like this. I like this. I let go, I release, I am within perfect possibility. Dark moon, you gotta do that shadow work, man. Leos, remember, you're the sun is the ego. You gotta go behind that ego and see the truth of who you really are. Alright. Y'all ready for this? I teach people how to treat me. I teach people how to treat me. Leos, you're meant to go through what you're going through because you're teaching yourself how to love you so you can show the world how you deserve to be treated. Yeah. Ooh, I like this one. Stop. I like these two. Beauty raises my vibration. I seek it out for healing and joy. Didn't we just get that? You are able to experience moments of fun, play, joy, laughter, and silliness. See the beauty in your life, Leos. The beauty and the challenges and the obstacles and the trials, the tribulations, the betrayal, even the self-sabotage, man. Even the self-guilt, the self-shame, the self-loathing. See the beauty behind it all. Because when you see the beauty behind it all, you see the purpose of why it's here, and you accept it, and you allow yourself to heal from the shit that you haven't accepted, to the point you start to feel more joyful and more light, that you're not carrying none of that fucking baggage and bullshit. Woo! I'm in it. Alright. I have a balanced relationship with time. I use time well. That was definitely for me. So Leos, you need to have better time management, meaning that you need to have better balance with your work and your play life, but also self-care and socializing. So definitely have a balance between each relationship in your life, whether through friends, family, lovers, yourself, with money, your career. Yes, you can have relationships with all these things. Relationship with the universe, relationship with nature. You have relationship with everything. Find a balance between them all and work better on your time management. Meaning that create a schedule for each day of what you want to get done that's the most important. And therefore you'll be more organized and more level-headed, to the point you'll be able to actually do more healing. But other than that, my beautiful lilies, that's all I have for you, boo-boos, for your inner child healing and your shadow work. But if you got any clarity, any upliftment, and this did assist you in any type of way, please hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and hit that notification button. And let me know your feedback in the comment section below of what you've experienced through listening to this reading. But other than that, my beautiful lilies, I hope this helps. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you